recognized that my appendix was inflamed and was about to rupture.
Ooh.
And so I just immediately was just prepped for surgery and they had to remove it.
Right there.
So right there, right, is like it was so surreal. I mean, part of me was like, wow. It's like part of me was saying it was expected in the sense of I was forewarned, but at the same time, the accuracy and the timing of it was so serene. I was like, I've been literally searching for the life just to come and say, listen, I don't know who said what when, but listen, this lady is just the real deal. It's like there's nothing that because I was physically nothing was wrong. Absolutely nothing was wrong. I'm fine.
Right.
I was functioning in work at 100% capacity, nothing. And it was just suddenly. And I just went sick and straight to the emergency room. It was crazy. So, I mean, thank you so much. I think the forewarning prepped me somewhat for the mindset of what was taking place. And I think the all of the other readings, because we spoke about things applying to my business and things that I do and so forth. I think the silver lining or the rainbow of it was the other information that came with that.
Okay. Okay. Well, I first of all,
It gave me the
so
hope. It gave me the
okay.
hope that I will be well.
Right? Because unfortunately, you had to experience this medical emergency that I sense for you to say, you know what? Because I know that usually when people get a reading, I'm not saying you guys are skeptical, which I can understand. It's like, how does she know? What does she know about? Like, so I'm not saying that you were skeptical because you were very open, and because you were so open, I was able to see everything. But now it's like a testimony to you to know that, hey, guess what? The rest that I told you during the reading then is about to happen. It's just going to take the time that needs to take for you to go ahead
Correct.
and get into this. Because I keep hearing
Correct.
tourism. So, so it's especially the tourism part. So yeah, but first of all, and second of all, I'm so happy you're here with us still, and that appendix was removed. I'm very happy for you. No, 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 I'm happy. I know I sensed
Yeah.
something, and I guess I couldn't really pinpoint what, but I'm glad that you, at that moment, you probably said, you know what, that lady did tell me this, and I need to go to the ER. So,
Yeah. I was like,
woo,
yeah. So, and I'm a person, hospitals and stuff, and is the last place you would find me. And I don't know when I started feeling ill, I was like, listen, take me. I couldn't even drive. I was like, take me to the hospital. And family members and stuff that was around, there was like, wait, what? You said what? I was like, yeah, just take me whenever you finish, wherever you're doing, take me. And they were like, hey, in all my life, I never hear you say, take me to the hospital. Let me go now.
they were like, if he says that, then we got to take him seriously.
If he's a hospital, trust me, it had to be serious. And they took me to the health center. The health center said, no, go to the hospital. We went to one hospital. The hospital said, no, this is serious. We need to take you to a more emergency surgical response hospital. It was crazy. And I didn't even know what was taking place. Is when I got to that third hospital is when they actually said to me, hey, I was like, what's going on? They was like, well, we need to prep you for surgery. I was like, surgery for what? They was like, sir, your appendix is inflamed, about to rupture, you can die. We need to take you to the emergency surgery immediately. And that's exactly how it went. There was no time for no conversation of any conversation as to what could possibly take place because of the extent of how much inflamed it was. It was like, oh, wow.
Wow. Amazing. Ooh, I
Yeah.
know I told
So
you a few things. I know
yeah,
I
you
told
said
you
to
they had an
me, Quasal, I'm
emergency.
not certain what it is, but I'm sensing something health wise, and you
Wow.
need to go and check it out as soon as possible. And you said probably you should start with a blood review and then, but it's very serious. And I was like, Very serious. I'm fine. But I mean, so even well, of course, the post of it, they was saying to me, sir, it's as frightening as it was. They say anything after that Monday, you would have literally been a dead man. They said anything after that Monday, and it's Monday. I went to the hospital. I started feeling ill since about 5 a.m., but I actually went to the hospital something close to midday because I'm telling myself at some point in time this will pass.
And when you were feeling that way, right, from 5 a.m. until midnight, did I come up in your mind at all or no? Did you
Yeah,
tell
of
yourself
course you
that they,
did.
okay,
Of course you
okay,
did. I was like,
okay,
this lady tell me go to the hospital. Go and get my blood work.
okay.
So what was, as I said, and that's what I was saying to you. So the thing about it is, though there was the extent of it and the emergency and everything taking place, what's silver lining for me is all the other information that we spoke about. I'm saying, well, if this has to be true, then everything else has to have some truth to it. Because the funny thing is the one that you would least expect to happen is what's happening first, and that is the one that you meet. And as a matter of fact, that's one of the things that we spoke about almost to the end of the conversation. But it's the adamancy that you render to say, listen, I don't know what it is, but you need to go and see about it. It's very urgent. And I was like, yeah, I tell you, like it was literally about 2 days after.
Wow.
I think we did that the Saturday, either the Friday or Saturday, and by the Sunday I was okay, and by Monday morning I was literally starting to go. I told I vomited so much. I think I had nothing in me left to vomit. It was just terrible. Like I literally felt like I vomited my insides. It was crazy. I told somebody asked me if it was pain. No, it wasn't pain. It was just total nauseousness, and I think I can't stomach that. It was crazy. It was yeah. I said the kind of colors the doctor said to me. He says, sir, the colors that you started to vomit was that of a dead man. They say any color after that would have been death. Like
Oof.
literally, the doctor said to me, he say, I don't know how you're still here because of the amount of fluids that I was bringing up at that point in time. They say, sir, and what was funny, well, I'm saying funny now, right?
Right,
What
right, right.
was crazy is that this doctor said to me, he said, someone of that specific happenings, the blood count usually drops drastically. They say your blood count actually increased. It didn't drop. It was very stable. And certain times that
Oh,
it did the blood work, it actually increased. Not by much, but usually it drops drastically. They say we are
right.
still trying to find out how that was possible for the extent of fluid that you were losing.
Wow. And you know
It
what's
was,
was funny about that night? Funny about the day I gave you the reading. I kept doing games, and you kept winning out of nowhere. You had the exact
yeah,
answer. It's like the spirit. It's like the spirit wanted you to know what was about to happen to you. You are
exactly.
guarded. You are guarded. I'm telling you, this is more like I understand I'm the medium between the two worlds, but whomever said he needs to come on this live so you can give him a reading, whoever that spirit was, and I really feel like it's like a grandmother because I keep hearing
More than likely my grandmother.
yeah, I'm
She's
hearing a
usually that
grandmother.
person.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I'm
yeah, yeah.
telling you, and I mean no disrespect by this, but I'm usually the last person to tune into a live of such. I have no, I listen, I have no
Incline. That's
idea
fine.
how I
Yeah.
tuned into the live. I was just scrolling through TikTok, came across the live. I was like, oh, all right, let me see what this is about. And then the game started. I'm a person who really love trivia and those kind of guessing, anything that really has the mind going. So I was interested in that, and then I was able to win. And then I remember you wrote down, and that was funny for me. I remember you actually wrote down who was gonna win. And then when
Yes,
I won, yeah, and then when I won, I was like, and you showed me the name, I was like, oh my God.
I
I was like,
remember.
she's onto something. She's onto something here.
I'm telling you, and you were winning. And the questions were, I remember the question not being very simple, but you just went and said, and I'm just like, he knows. Like, does he have power? So, but I'm convinced that you have powers, but that's for another conversation. But honestly, your grandmother said, I'm not ready to have him near me right now. I'm telling you, she wanted you to know. She wanted you to know because you were winning. You were open. The conversation was flowing. I mean, I am just, congratulations, hallelujah, amen. I'm just happy that they were able to save you because that's basically what happened.
Yeah,
You got saved.
yeah,
You got wow, Clavel. Well, welcome back. Send me a DM so you can leave me a review on my Yelp page. I don't know if you're allowed. Are you in Trinidad?
I am in Trinidad.
Okay. So I don't know if you can do it from Trinidad, but I believe you should be able to. So if you can send me a DM, I'll send you the link so you can leave me a review if you don't mind.
I'm doing that now.
Okay. Wow. What a testimony. I need a drink. Wow. But it's you're not the first. After you come off the live, I'll talk about like two, three, four. I mean, I keep telling people you need to go to the doctor, you need to do this, you need to do that, and people are like, "No, I'm fine. I know. I never know." Next thing you know, oh my God, I had to have emergency surgery. You're not the first person, so yeah, it is what it is. It is what it
It
is. But thank
is.
you for the testimony.
Listen, I've been seeking for the opportunity to just give you your flowers when I was concerned, because I mean, it was funny because I remember one statement that you did make on the live, not directly to me on the live. You said there's so many people doing this type of readings, but there are those who could do it, and there are those who is the real deal. And I remember you made a statement. You said, "Listen, I'm the real deal," and I was like, "Okay, let's see." And then I'm telling you, it was just the part of it that is totally captivating is almost immediately certain things that you start speaking. Even one of my boss during the whole thing, he was so, yeah, he was so fatherly amidst of what was taking place. And he was like, John, anything you need, everything you need. I was like, hey, I good, but I mean, in my mind, I'm saying, but you just my boss, like, we work together. And he was like, anything you need, anything. Even while I was at the hospital, I still had work functioning almost at 100% capacity because he
Wow.
ensured that everything went smooth. I had a Thanksgiving that was coming up that I was going to keep in Tobago at my parents' home. And even that was still able to come off smoothly. I mean, smoothly.
Oh,
I
you're
was still
blessed.
able to recover enough to go, and everything just started to fall in place. We spoke about the aspects of the whole bed and breakfast stuff. My mom just brought up this conversation because we have land in Tobago. Remember, I said that we have land in Tobago, and she just brought up this conversation about because she just went into retirement. So she's like, I've been thinking about something to do with the land that is in your name. And she was like, I'm thinking along the line of like Airbnbs and, that kind of, for when tourists come in. And I'm like, why this song so familiar?
I remember telling you that. I
you
remember.
know so it was just so serene of how the whole thing started to unfold and allow itself to fall in place specific to the things that you were saying, of course, starting with what you said was most urgent. And then you spoke about, everything has fallen into place in terms of finances and people who will just come in alignment to ensure that things would flow in accordance. And it was like, all right, well, I'm now the person that's just simply sitting on the edge of my seat. I'm like, all right, what's next? The worst part has passed. It's only could be
Thank
good
you.
things now.
Thank you. It can only be good. You needed to clear that out. You needed to clear
Yeah,
that
yeah,
out
yeah,
to
yeah.
bring the
So
blessings,
now
but
that that has passed,
actually,
I'm just sitting like nothing. I mean, I was always a generally positive person in everything. So I'm just sitting on the edge of the seat, like, hey, ain't nothing gonna happen next tonight. It's only good things. So let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
you are blessed, my friend. You are blessed. Thank you so much for your testimony. I hope you just keep us posted. We'd love to have you on the live again. Tell everybody in Trinidad about me.
I would love to. You have no idea. You have no idea. Like, I need to get more into this whole TikTok thing. I need to share this with my family. I like, yo, Granny, talk to me, yo.
She's around. Oh, she's around, all right. She's around, all right.
Definitely.
Yeah, she's around. All
Definitely,
right.
definitely. So, is it a specific time and timing that you do the readings, or is it how does that go?
To come the readings on the live.
Well, live, one on one, how does that go?
So for the live, it's usually around 10:30 p.m., 11 p.m. Central Time US, right?
Right,
During the week and the weekends. But for my readings, for my private readings, which is usually 1 hour, some people like half an hour. I don't like it, but I'd still do it because people want it. But other than that, the private readings, Monday through Friday, they're either 8 p.m. or 10 p.m. Central Time. And then on the
right,
weekend, I'm open during the day because I actually work. I have a regular job,
right.
9 to 5. So on the weekends I don't work, so the agenda, my schedule is usually open morning, afternoon, middle of the day. So yeah, if you want to recommend, no pressure, because not everybody believes in it, but if people are wanting some guidance and some clarity, I'm open.
Excellent, excellent,
Right.
totally
All
excellent.
right.
So
Thank
that
you
way I
so
can
much for
share it with,
stopping
with
by.
family members and friends,
Yeah.
and they could definitely tune in. Hopefully they could win, have their own testimonies, have their own testimonies, and take things forward. Because I'll be the first to say, having experience based on the conversations that we would have had there, it gives me a very optimistic look on life. I'm totally optimistic, totally looking forward to what life has to bring. Not that things weren't going well, but having a better understanding of what you could actually look forward to, at least in areas that you want to go in. It's like, yeah, I'm definitely open to it. Now let's go live. Let's go.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Thank you so much for your testimony, and you take
Most
care.
welcome. Most welcome. You too.
All right. Bye.
See you soon.
See you soon. Guys, I'm going to Trinidad and Tobago. I'm just joking. Wow.